welcome. In this video, we will discuss about the EMV and EOL. EMV is expected monetary value and EOL is the expected opportunity loss. So we will focus on these two concepts. So EMV already we have discussed. Now I will take a small caselet and discuss these two concepts and the calculations. So to start with, this is a small problem of stock market which says that there are three stocks: Kaiser Chemicals, Rim Homes and Texas Electronics, which the investor can purchase, and there can be two states of nature, that is bullish market and bearish market. So three acts and two states of nature. So this is a payoff table of three acts and two states of nature. States of nature we are representing by S1 and S2. Now on this data, how to calculate the EMV, that is the expected monetary value. So we'll calculate the expected monetary value on this. Okay, so EMV, first of all we have to see the formula. Let us go back to the formula. So this is the formula of EMV. EMV Act I, EMV Act 1 is equal to sigma PSJ into VAISJ. So EMV of any act is the multiplication of the probability of the state of nature and the value of the cell, that is value of the cell for a given act and for a given state of nature, and then taking sigma, that means summation of this product, summation of product of probability of state of nature and the value. So let us come back to our data. So see the first one, the expected payoff we have calculated here. So EMV A1. Now what is PA1? So probability of A1, that means probability that probability of state of nature, that is PS1. Probability that the market will be bullish is 60%, that is given, and probability that the market will be bearish is 40%. So it is PS1 multiplied by the value. So that is 2400. 2400 is the value plus 0.4. 0.4 is the probability of the bearish market into the $1,000. So this, if we add this, if we take the sigma of these two terms, it is coming $1840. So this is the expected payoff of Act 1. Similarly, if we calculate the expected payoff of Act 2, it will be 0.6 into $2200 plus 0.4 into $1100. That is, if you calculate this sigma, it is $1760. Similarly, we calculate the P, the EMV of Act 3. So this, if you calculate, it is coming $1600. So this is how we calculate all the EMV of the three acts. Now, if we compare the three EMVs, the EMV of Act 1 is highest. So the decision maker or the investor will invest in this first stock, that is Kaiser Chemical. So this is the decision of the decision maker following the concept of EMV. Next we'll discuss the concept of opportunity loss. Now what is opportunity loss or regret? It is also called regret. It is the loss because the exact state of nature is not known at the time of a decision is made. So when the investor is investing, he is not aware whether the market is going to be bullish or the market is going to be bearish. So he is taking some risk. That's why it is called a decision making under risk, uncertainty, risk. Now, so how do we compute? Computation. Now let us come to the computation. Computation is based on the simple fact that the concept of regret. That means instead of choosing the best alternative, if the decision maker chooses the second best alternative, what is the loss that the decision maker is facing? This is called the concept of regret or opportunity loss. Now, similar to EMV, there is another formula. Let me explain the formula. So, there is another formula called expected opportunity loss. Previously, we discussed expected monetary value. So, EOLAI, again, it is expected opportunity loss for AI. We are writing AI because there can be 2, 3, 4, many number, n number of acts. So that is equal to sigma PSJ. Sigma PSJ refers to the probability associated with the states of nature. Just like here we are talking about the two conditions, probability that the market will be bullish or the market will be bearish, multiplied by regret. R is regret, regret of AI comma SJ. So AI, what is R? Regret of the cell. AI comma SJ denotes a cell in the opportunity loss table. So it refers to the regret or loss for a particular combination of a state of nature and a decision alternative. So what is the regret or loss if the decision maker or the investor chooses stock number 2 and the market is bullish? So this is called regret. So we will follow this and we will given on the previous data, we will calculate the expected opportunity loss. Okay. So this is the calculation. If you see the upper table, the table in the upper half of the slide is the EMV table. Right, already we have discussed EMV. So here you will calculate the opportunity loss first, then we will go to the expected opportunity loss. So we will construct a table called opportunity loss from the EMV table. Now there are two scenarios, that means two states of nature. Market can rise or the market can decline. Let us discuss one by one. Let us say when market rises and the investor has invested in Kaiser Chemicals. That means he has chosen the best alternative. He is going to get the highest ROI. So he is not making any loss. That's why if you calculate the opportunity loss of Kaiser Chemical, it is 2400 minus 2400, that is 0. 0 means no opportunity loss. The investor has gone for the best alternative, so no loss. Now see, instead of Kaiser Chemical, in case all these concepts are in case of market rise. Suppose he has chosen Dream Homes, then what will be his loss? The loss will be $2,400 minus $2,200, because $2,400 is the best profit in the scenario of bullish market. So 2400 minus 2200, so that is $200 is the loss. He is going to make a loss if he chooses Dream Homes instead of Kaiser Chemicals. Similarly, if he chooses Texas Electronics instead of Kaiser Chemical, he is going to make a loss of 500. So Texas Electronics opportunity loss is 2400 minus 1900, that is 500. So this is when the scenario is market rise. Now let us come to market decline. When the market is declining, then what is going to happen? Now see, in case of market decline, the highest ROI comes from Texas Electronics. So if the market declines and the investor chooses Texas Electronics, he is making no loss. That means the investor has chosen the best alternative out of the three. Kaiser Chemical, Rheem Home and Texas Electronics, he has chosen the best alternative. So what is the loss? There is no loss. The loss is zero. So we will make base Texas Electronics and then we will calculate. Now instead of Texas Electronics, if he chooses Rheem Homes, then what is the loss he is making? It is $1150 minus $1100. So that is $50 is the loss that he is going to make. And in case of Kaiser Chemical, in case of market decline and the investor chooses Kaiser Chemical, he is going to make a loss of $150. So this table is called the opportunity loss table. So we have arrived at the opportunity loss table, which says that there are three acts and there are two states of nature. In case of Kaiser Chemical, if there is market rise, the loss is zero, and in case of market decline, the loss is $150. In case of Rheem Homes, if there is market rise, there is $200 loss, and in market decline it is $50. In case of Texas Electronics, if the market rise, it is $500, and if market declines, it is zero. This is called the opportunity loss table. Now, based on this opportunity loss table, we will calculate the expected opportunity loss. So again, EOL formula, as you know, it is EOLAI. That means expected opportunity loss for Act 1. That is equal to sigma. That means you have to take a summation of the product of state of nature Sj into R. That means regrade of the cell AI Sj. So similarly, we can calculate and we can see the expected opportunity loss from our opportunity loss table. So let us calculate now. So for opportunity loss for Act 1, if the decision maker chooses the Act 1, then what will be the EOL? So it is 0.6. 0.6 is the PSJ, probability of state of nature, and in case of market rise, the value, the regret is 0. So 0.6 into 0 plus 0.4. 0.4 is the probability of state of nature. So the probability that the market will decline given in the problem is 0.4 into multiplied by 150 in case of market decline. So if we take this sum, it is $60. Similarly, if we calculate for Act A2, now it is 0.6 into $200 plus 0.4 into $50, that is $140. And similarly for EOL for Act 3, it is 0.6 into 500 plus 0.4 into 0, so $300. Now let us see that there are three figures of expected opportunity loss. So if we consider that which decision he is going to take, so he will take the decision where his loss is minimum. So in this case, the minimum loss is in Kaiser Chemicals. So if he follows this method of expected opportunity loss, the investor is going to invest on the Kaiser Chemical stock. So we can find a very similarity. So whenever we calculated with the EMV, the decision maker was supposed to invest in Kaiser Chemical. Even when we are choosing EOL method, so then he is choosing the first, that is the Kaiser Chemical. So whatever is the method, whether it is EMV or earnest monetary value, or it is expected opportunity loss, the decision maker is arriving at the same decision, that to buy the Kaiser Chemicals and make the highest profit. So this is the concept of EOL